Yeah, saying no is one thing, accepting no is another thing.
When is the best time to correct your parents?
Either, oh, you want to tell me that you're wiser than me?
That you don't correct your spouse like you're correcting a child.
God is interested in how you wake up in the morning.
There must be a clear demonstration of the power of God.
See, I did high octave and low octave.
You guys are going to enjoy today's episode.
Today.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I climb to the highest mountain.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Unwalled, a talk show where we break down barriers and have serious, open and vulnerable conversations. I'm super excited to welcome you to this episode because we are starting a testimony series. Yes, so for the next couple of weeks, we're going to be sharing, or we're going to have people with us that would share their own stories, their own testimonies to encourage us and just see where God can bring somebody and can bring you. I'm super excited for our guest today. I'm just, welcome.
Thank you.
So her name is Christiana Garba. And yes, guys, so we're namesakes. Let's just put it out there. She's a civil servant. She is a lover of God, and she's a strong woman with a strong story. So thank you again for agreeing to do this and just, using your story and your experience to encourage somebody.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So are you ready?
I am.
Okay, let's get into this. So you have an interesting, to say the least, an interesting story, right? But just walk us through it a bit, what you survived. You say it yourself because...
I love love. Yes, I love love. Marriage is a very beautiful thing. And my story shouldn't be a sting to somebody's happiness.
Yeah.
In case you want to settle. And my story is that of abuse. Abuse, both verbal, physical, emotional. When somebody tells you how ugly you are, you begin to see yourself as the ugly that you're being referred to as. And I went through that for 5 years.
Wow.
Yes, for 5 years. And I couldn't talk to anybody. Not even my family members knew what I was going through. And anytime I go for family functions, peradventure, I attend family functions, I give excuses for my weight loss. I tell them I'm suffering from typhoid and malaria. Yes, just to cover up. It was so bad that I could not say things. I could not confront him. I could not suggest things to him, like husband and like you and your husband, you are friends. I can see how well you people are. I cannot do that with him. It's like an authoritarian.
Like a master.
Yes, I was just a slave, and I wanted the marriage to work, but it didn't. And, it really drained me of my strength. Those things I used to do before while I was young, I was single, I did them no more. I cut off friendship, I cut off family. Nobody visited me. I didn't want anybody to come around because I didn't want you to come and see what I was going through. Yes.
So you were the one that cut people, because a lot of times when we hear stories like this, we hear that the abuser cut people off of their families. So are you saying in your own case, you cut off yourself?
Yes, passively I did. Actively he did, because he made me understand that I don't want anybody around. I didn't know he had reasons for that, but I just saw it as, okay, maybe he's this... I won't call him, yes, because he's not an introvert. So he wanted privacy and I wanted to respect it. But I didn't know it was not what he wanted. He wanted something else. He just wanted to enclose me and just make me that slave that maybe that was what he had in mind while he was marrying me.
Wow. So you talked about verbal abuse, physical abuse, emotional. Can you give us, like, if you don't mind and if it's not too much for you, some examples of the things that he used to do. Because why I'm saying this is because there are some people that are in abusive situations, but they do not know.
Yeah.
They probably think that is love, or maybe that's just all they've known. So can you just give us some examples of things that were done?
Okay, an instance is for physical abuse. I lied to him.
Okay.
Yes, I did. I lied to him. I traveled and I came back. Where I went to, they gave me money. Sorry, my office. So they gave me money, and then I came back. Maybe let me give an instance. Maybe they gave me 100,000. I splitted it into two, and I said it was 50,000. And he knew because he bugged my phone. Yes, so from my conversation with my friend, I told her, see, they don't dash me money for this school, but see what I will tell this man. She was like, does it really
matter?
Warrant something like that? I said, no, I need to do things. I need to bless people. I need to sort some things out. And he played it to me. Yes. When I was trying to deny it, he played it. And I listened to it. It was my voice and her voice. So that was when I knew he bugged my phone. He receives my text messages, my email address.
Without your knowledge?
Yes, I didn't know until that day he played.
Wow.
So, and then it turned physical. He pushed me, he beat me, he even pushed me to the wall. I almost hit my head. I don't know how, but I got up. God sustained me. And some other instances like that. And yes, whenever they pay salary, I transfer everything to him because I don't want trouble. I don't want you to. He tells me that I don't know how to spend money, so he'll tell me what to do, how we will spend the money.
That's a lot of control.
I'm telling you.
And that's not what marriage should be.
Yes.
Marriage should be a partnership.
Yeah.
It's not like you shouldn't be open with your finances or let your spouse know what you earn, but not because of control and fear. It should be willing, know. Wow. Okay, so anything else you want to say before I ask my next question?
Okay, that's just basically what...
Okay, so there's this question that, even as a counselor, sometimes I wonder, so I'm going to ask you.
All right.
Did you not see signs before? Like, how long did you guys court? Did you not see signs? Was he an unbeliever? All of these questions.
Wow. Okay, an unbeliever. Then I thought he was a believer. I perceived him so. Because all my life I've been praying to God, God, I want to settle for a child of God, somebody that loves God. Because anyway, I will not boast that I love God, but I can boast his love for me. But I tried. Yeah. So, and then he fits into that picture and I ran with it. Even though my parents did not like it, my relatives, some of my friends were warning me, but I insisted this is what I wanted because that is what I asked God for. And honestly, I did not hear anything from God. I did not hear any revelation concerning marriage to this person. I just felt, okay, since I asked God for this setting, God has answered me.
So God-fearing.
Yes,
was the only thing.
Yes, God-fearing, somebody that will love me and love my family. He presented himself so initially, and I fell for it, or we went into it, and
so he didn't show any.
I did not see
signs.
anything. He did. In fact, what even tripped me was he did everything I told him, because one of the things I told him was no sex before marriage. I stood on it because I had a revelation when I was 18 years old, and it was pertaining to this. So he actually agreed. He said he's ready to wait, and he waited. He waited. So I felt this is it.
So at what point did the change happen? Was there a trigger? Is there anything? Obviously, you may not know why necessarily, but was there, to your own knowledge, was there a trigger or something?
Yeah, okay. At that time, I was struggling with trying to conceive.
Okay.
So I think he used that as a benchmark to start up something. And when the conception was not coming forth, he and his mother started insinuating things, and then quarrels here and there. Any little thing I do, he picks on it. If we'll be joking now, the next thing I might just say something that normal people will just laugh at and like, now for you. He will pick it seriously. And then he might not talk to me 2 weeks on ending, you know.
In the same house.
In the same house. And then I will cook food. He would tell me not to eat that food. I should wait for him to come back so we can eat together, because he thinks I'll poison him.
Oh,
yes.
Not because he wants to share a meal with his wife.
Yeah.
And I think before, when we were talking for this episode, you mentioned how you used to cook every day.
Every day, fresh food. I don't cook stale food. Anyway, I love cooking, so
yes, guys, and she made something that we tasted today, and God, it's heavenly. I wouldn't lie, but yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So you would cook every day, fresh food.
Fresh food. I make fresh food, and I do it gladly because I love this person. I loved this person. I wanted the best for us. I wanted the marriage to work. That was my aim. I didn't care what people said. I didn't care what the mistake I made. I just wanted it to work.
So as we wrap up this episode, right, I just want to know, what was the final straw that broke the camel's back? What was it that, you know, made you remove yourself from this situation of things? How did that happen?
Did I remove myself? Or I won't say I removed myself, because even in that pain, I was willing to stay. That was how stupid I was. I was willing to stay. And okay, what propelled my leaving now was the last day I stayed in that house, he almost choked me. He almost, I would say, killed me. Yes, he almost killed me. He wanted to strangle me. His hands were like this, and I was screaming. So I think he came to the realization that he was doing something. He quickly released me, yes. So I got hold of myself, and that was when I called his brother. The brother called my brother and told him, go and pick your sister before somebody kills her. And that time, I was looking like a scarecrow. I was looking like, you know, those people in Sudan that, you know, that are what on that part of hair. So I was looking like that. And my brother came and took me. So I wouldn't say
you actually left.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so
it's too much.
it's a lot, but I'm just grateful that you are here to tell this story, to encourage somebody and to help somebody. So we're going to stop here for this episode, and then we'll continue in the next episode. So guys, I have nothing to say because you've heard it already. Like I said, we're going to come back in the next episode and listen to Christiana tell us, you know, about the healing journey, how she came through it, and just how she is, where she is right now. So see you on the next episode. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Please share this episode with somebody. And as I told you, we're going to be having testimonies for a number of weeks. So keep coming back. This is Unwalled.
I climb to the highest mountain.